What is up, all people? Welcome lower back to the Crypto Blitz, your home for your crypto restore. I'm your host, Ripple Event Winkle, with a bit of luck after I had an amazing day. Hopefully you're on your manor home. If you are, I'm notable jealous. I wish I'd become my desire. I changed into capable of take a sleep this afternoon right earlier than my softball sport and rest up for tonight. Not handiest for softball. However, for a bit Thursday night football. Motion. We got the Rams versus the Vikings. I just need Cooper Kupp to attain a landing. Doesn't remember if he runs it in, if he passes it in, if he catches a bypass, only a landing. I suppose he's going to do it his first sport back. I assume they're going to be targeting him lots over the middle. It's simply my prediction on that during this episode. Look, Ripple simply partnered. Confirmed partnership. We already knew about the partnership inside the Beyond. People almost swept it underneath the rug, but it's far 100% reputable. Ripple has partnered with one among the biggest banks inside the global. Yes, they use XRP. Yes, they are going to custody digital property. We're going to hear from Brad on that ETF. I were given the interview piece pulled up for you as well. And then we're going to speak approximately the DTCC actual world tokenization of belongings. Without further ado, let's leap into it. Bitcoin, $67,166. It's currently up 0.78% within the past 24 hours. Ethereum coming in at 2,527. It's presently down. 2.36% USDT and USDC, each coming in at 99 cents, as XRP remains a median lean 52 cents. General cryptocurrency market cap $2,321 billion. If you failed to pay attention to the first video in afternoon, we included this. We're going to do a quick recap because this is going to segue us into the rest of the video. It says Justin Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has an XRP ETF in verbal, and he gets asked a question on Bloomberg. Why does he think that the ETF is coming? And he breaks it down and explains it. Also, truly, and I got you blanketed in about 3 minutes, my man Michael placed this out. Hope is all as properly my friend the depository agree with, and clearing it really is the DTCC, the sector's largest financial marketplace infrastructure company, has released a digital asset sandbox to deal with fragmentation and boost tokenization within the capital markets enterprise. Why is that so large? Well, permits take again a little bit in advance this 12 months in February. Whilst this dude simply said that it's all going to be on XRP, we're talking approximately 30 to 50 trillion at the XRP. We're talking approximately how big the actual internal market is. Listen to this clip. Properly, I'm probably a piece greater bullish, but I had been for 6 years and simply be slightly in the back of my unique projections. But that's the total marketplace, is 1.4 quadrillion, the entirety is ever out there. And if you begin searching across any of those asset lessons, they may be all starting to transport on chain already. And the ease with which we've got visible humans inquisitive about cash market price range, tokenized treasuries, and those types of gadgets, the support for solid coins. When you're talking approximately replacing coins, once I see DTCC, Euro, clean circulation, you understand it handiest takes one in all than to turn directly to natively digital. And that is trillions of assets on its very own that pass. Then we are going to speak approximately the largest partnership that I consider yours so far, or even considering the fact that I've been inside the space of 2017, Ripple has formed. Here's the interview from Mary, Brad Bloomberg. Brad speaking about the ETF. Tied to XRP each time soon. And what do you suspect it'll imply for the charge of XRP? Well, I assume we genuinely are seeing ETFs have been famous. You recognize the USA CCC became dragged, kicking and screaming to approve the Bitcoin ETF in January. I suppose you've visible approximately 17 billion bucks flow into that ETF. I suppose it is the quickest growing ETF in records. It's very actually demonstrating there's demand from institutions, there's demand from retail to get right of entry to this asset class. So the XRP interest has grown. You've seen all 3 ETF filings show up around XRP. And to me, it is simply inevitable. Now, not just Bitcoin and ETH, you're going to appear in XRP ETF. You're beginning to see there is a filing around a basket ETF that has, I think, 5 or 6 cryptos in it, which I suppose also makes loads of sense. But it is also just part of the trend of an increasing number of institutionalized participation inside the crypto enterprise. So I think we retain to look at that, and I do think it creates upward strain on the fees for many one-of-a-kind cryptos together with XRP. Flows into the Bitcoin ETFs have been quite fantastic. What indication do you have, Brad, that there genuinely is call for an XRP ETF? Well, I could disagree that there's not, that the ETF, I assume, has accomplished highly properly. It hasn't finished as well as Bitcoin. But in case you study the form of marketplace dominance of Bitcoin as compared to devour, the ratio is set the identical in terms of the ETF participation. Obviously, the ETF is more recent. So I truly assume the ETF has achieved thoroughly. I think we clearly see a totally interested by active network across the XRP ecosystem, both here inside the United States and beyond. And that has grown. And so I suppose the ETF will do quite nicely. You understand I also need to talk about another overhang. There you go. He believes you recognize. He breaks out the information when you evaluate the ETF to the Bitcoin ETF to quite an awful lot, breaking down to approximately the equal ratio to Bitcoin appears a lot better, and more money has flown into it due to the fact Bitcoin has a larger proportion of the dominance and a lot greater too. cash in cryptos in Bitcoin. But if you examine the ratios, as Brad said, they're quite identical. And he talks about the call for and the XRP ETF is coming 2025. Write it down, mark my phrases, let me get this. What if Brian become requested? What if Ripple can be sold out on the scene? Stripe bought a stablecoin company for $1 billion. This is exciting. I need to interchange gears for a second right here. Got to get your opinion on what we just noticed just this week. Eye-popping deal surely for our Stripe to acquire a solid coin platform, a more than billion greenback deal in this industry. When you study a deal like that, do you say, okay, perhaps we promote Ripple or the least accomplice with every other massive economic generation company to increase inside the world of stablecoins? Look, I observe that as a completely high-quality sign that this industry is just coming increasingly mainstream, increasingly integrated, and more call for and distinct charge flows. So I view it as a completely positive thing for the enterprise. As you in all likelihood recognize, Ripple is about to launch our personal stablecoin referred to as RLUSD. I assume the stablecoin market goes to continue to grow, and I suppose Stripe is truly indicating they assume the identical. Well said from Brad. There's a cause Ripple is stepping into the stablecoin. Coin recreation, folks. There's a reason they observe the man for it. Look what Stripe is doing. Stripe owns 2% of the XLM supply. Stripe simply purchased a stablecoin business enterprise for over $1 billion. Stripe's going to be working with MoneyGram to send cash cross-border remittances. I trust they're beginning out in Brazil and Mexico. So their dots are all lining up. Ripple is doing the equal precise factor. They know the effect of XRP, and they understand that it enables to free up all that dormant capital. So how massive is BBVA? Well, Google tells you it all. Over 115,000 employees, over 89 million customers. They function in over 25 international locations. They are a part of the IBEX 35 and the Dow Jones Eurostoxx 50. This is the second largest financial institution with the aid of belongings and is the most important economic group in Mexico with a market cost over $65 billion. We understand approximately Ripple's connection into Mexico. That became the primary corridor to ever go live using XRP to bridge cash between American dollar and the peso. They have over 775 billion in euro in total assets parents. This is a big partnership. And we talk about custody and we see as Ripple's acquisition. Matteo, we see what Ripple is doing now with the stablecoin due to the fact the solid coin